functions, all with the ultimate goal of promoting a healthy U.S. economy. One of the Fed's most recognized and and credit in our economy. Congress has passed the Fed
Ah, 10-minute jury duty. Yeah, it looks, well, it looks like it's up at 2:30, not 2 o'clock. So I'm a little bit early. Looks like we're going to see a little market dump before everything. GE's had kind of a swingy day. There we go. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're about a half hour early here. So, all right. Let's take a look around the market. Kind of get a midday, I guess later afternoon look at things. Carvana stabilized. Yeti's looking good. A lot of peak closes there on Yeti. See you, Rob. Find him guilty. Biomed sustaining nicely. Winnebago looks good too. Just kind of went sideways during this last little consolidation. Hasn't fully broken out yet, but it may get there. Square looks really good. Looks like it's taking a small hit right now. Let's see if GE's topping out or not. All right, for those of you joining, thank you very much. We're actually going to watch the Federal Reserve today announced, but apparently it's in a half an hour from now. So I'm watching it on YouTube on the other screen. I'll post a link for you if you guys want to watch too. But did I look at gold yet? No, I really haven't looked at too much. Shiny, just kind of going around the market here in my actionables. There's GLD. So GLD looks like it's holding pretty tight, selling off a little bit here. Yeah, me too. Apparently it's at 12:30. So you can see I'm watching this YouTube video. I just posted the link. Watch live 2:30. So thanks, Fed. Beautiful view though of I think that's the Lincoln Memorial. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lots of trees around there. That's pretty nice. Arizona definitely does not look like that. Rude's a good way to put it. I rushed to my mom's house and rushed back just to sit here for a half hour. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. That was fun. Okay, looks like it's down, having another down day today. I don't know. It said follow them on Twitter, so I'm going to... Here, I'll go to Twitter real quick and see if I can... at Federal Reserve. At 2:30 it says again. Chair Powell at 2:30. The official Twitter channel of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Oh, okay, that's the post-decision. So I guess the decision's posted on Twitter? Maybe CNBC or something? Okay, I'll take your word for it, Mark. I mean, they did say 11 o'clock, so... I'm not sure. So like a Fed Watch thing or something? I don't know. Why does everything have to be so complicated? Yeah, they do say 11. Well, let's watch the market, see if the Nasdaq responds. Square's in a good spot here. Just pulled in a little bit though. I really like how Square's setting up in this little consolidation here. It's really is nice. It's not a 3 weeks tight pattern, but it's looking pretty good. So I'll throw I think I'll throw Twitter on here. See if we can go mobile. I guess we don't need to go mobile. Oops. There we go. And we see some oscillations in the Nasdaq already. It's 11 o'clock. Oh, open committee statement. There you go. Blah, 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 blah. Committee decided to lower the target range of the federal funds rate to 2 to 2.25. So it looks like they're lowering by a quarter. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go, Mark. They cut by a quarter. As the committee contemplates the future path of the target range of the federal funds reserve rate, it will continue to monitor the implications of incoming information for the economic outlook and will act as appropriate to sustain expansion with strong labor market with its symmetric 2% objective, determining timing, size of future adjustments range for the Federal Reserve rate. So market's selling off a little bit on the quarter rate cut. Kind of figured they would. Everybody's getting greedy, wanting 0.5%. Voting for the monetary policy were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Against were 1, 2 people who preferred to maintain the target rate. So a little bit of sell-off, but I mean, to be honest with you, quarter point rate cut. I don't know why. I mean, the economy is doing good. There's no real reason for them to cut rates, in my personal opinion, regardless of what they say. But anyway, yeah, it looks like kind of benign. We did go a little bit red here. Let's see if it's just going to be a temporary shocker. I will say this about the powers that be. They do like to toy around with the market when, when market things present themselves. So let's see. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we got a quarter point rate cut, Monkeytron. So you can now get yourself a mortgage. Actually, let's see what the I'm actually looking at refining right now. So let's do a greedy look at the 10-year bond. 10-year bond rates. I actually have I should have a link for this. Nasdaq down 0.15, not too bad. Square looks like it's taking it on the chin a little bit here. GE doing okay. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all. Let's look at the 10-year. Down a little bit. Not much. Oh, definitely anticlimactic. I don't know. We actually looks like we just dropped a little more. Now we're down 0.25% right there on the futures market. And so maybe we'll go anticlimactic to kind of climactic if we continue to sell off here. I want to see the intraday chart of the 10-year. Let me take this off screen here. Thoughts on Beyond Meat right now? Well, it looks like it's kind of topped out a little bit right there, Mark. That's not what I was... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it appears to have topped out a little bit. Let's see if we go through another kind of consolidation of sorts. There's definitely it's like this was yesterday. Wasn't really watching Beyond Meat yesterday. I ended up getting out, so I haven't really been keeping major tabs on it. Market coming right back, bouncing off that 50-day moving, or I think it's a 20-day moving average on my Bollinger Bands here. Yeah, look, I'm not in a super rush to get involved with Beyond Meat, although it is sustaining. It's holding pretty well. This is the 10-day moving average in the yellow right there, and so that's sustaining. If we stay above that, that's pretty good. So, but I see no major edge in investing right now. I got in back here off this little bull flag on this cup and handle, whatever you want to call that. That's where I got right there. But right now, I guess we do have a breakout retest, and it could start rallying. And if you start seeing higher lows like we saw throughout this level, throughout this area, then you could probably try to get back involved there. Oh, looking to short it? I don't know if I'd short it either, Mark. I don't think there's a major edge in either direction on Beyond Meat right now, to be honest with you. I think it's just is what it is. All right, so there we go. There's a ZN is apparently the 10-year. And we didn't do too much. We came down a little bit. I think this is price, so yield would be inverse to this. Yeah, I agree with Shiny. It may crash at some point. Maybe not quite yet. If you were to short Beyond, I would probably wait for a nice double top, some kind of technical indicator. There really wasn't much up here. This topping action wasn't very climactic. You know, that being our most recent high. Not a very climactic high. Some support here, some distribution here. So you can see it's a little bit all over the place. It just had earnings. I would look a little bit more into that, see what they were expecting before versus after. But yeah, I don't think I'd get super excited about a short until you have, like I said, a double top, or maybe try to find some way to short it. That seems to be kind of a little bit of a strange trend line. It undercuts it a couple of points, it looks like. It looks like it has a general support line. Maybe if it breaks that, you can try to short it a little bit. But yeah, I'm not really into shorting this market. And we get bought up right now. We're positive again on the stock market. There's that little funny games I was telling you about. Did find support at that middle Bollinger Band. So maybe we'll be okay after all. Looks like Square rebounded nicely. They have earnings tomorrow. So probably not much to do here today with Square. Yeah, kind of a nothing event. Like I said, they make it a little fuddy, but probably won't end up being much of an issue if they cut a quarter. They cut a quarter, and that looks like it's what's happening. We got a little fuddy, and then kind of back to square. So yeah, that's the Federal Reserve rate cut. Yay! Everyone like the video. That's funny. That's hilarious. I don't know. Maybe we'll move on to the press conference. I don't know, but I don't think there's much news to come out of here that people haven't already hyper analyzed and spent millions of dollars looking at for the past, 3 months already. One thing I did say earlier this morning when we were looking at the market is the past several days here, we do have some nice wicks towards the bottom where we're closing in the top part of the range, which looks pretty good. And maybe a little bit of shakeout here could provide some bounce for the next leg up. Maybe even breaking the top Bollinger Band because we're super tight on these Bollinger Bands. Someone mentioned Bollinger Bands worked pretty good on the NASDAQ, and so I put them on the NASDAQ I think about a month or two ago, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at Bollinger Bands on the NASDAQ. So one thing about Bollinger Bands, when they do get narrow, expansion tends to be nearby. Last time we were narrow here, you see we expanded to the upside. Got a little narrow here, we expanded to the downside. We're pretty narrow at this stage of the game, and we may break out here to the upside. That would be a nice pop. See how wide we are on the downtrend right there. Got a little tight right there. So yeah, I'm not offended by the Bollinger Band, so I'm using them to kind of just look at the NASDAQ. I'm not making too many decisions based off of these Bollinger Bands, but I am kind of noticing that when we're towards the top there of the red line, we tend to be a little more bullish, obviously. And then down here, we tend to be a bit more bearish. So until we flip the script on something, I'm going to maintain my bullish. Also, when it comes to distribution days and well, our follow-through day was down here, but when it comes to distribution days, we're not too heavy in those. We're doing okay. So I'm not super concerned that we're going to fall into a correction. Yeah, and that's about it. So NASDAQ's doing okay, bouncing a little bit. Got back to positive after being down 0.25%. And yeah, if we can have a pretty much nothing eventful day today, I think that'll bode well for earnings season coming up. And yeah, that's what we're looking for is really the earnings. Earnings so far have been pretty good. We've had some pretty good sustained moves off of earnings, which bodes really well for the market. Oh, this guy broke into highs there. Look at that. OKE with some earnings. Not quite breaking out of its multi-year base yet here at the 72 level, but it looks like it may be stalling. And let's see if it can give it a go in the next week or two. What else had earnings? It was doing pretty good here. Yeti doesn't have earnings yet. Atlassian had earnings that spiked on earnings and then right here and then pulled back the past few days. GE had earnings. They were pretty good. They weren't horrible. They were pretty good from what I took by all of my research by looking at these words. And we're kind of back up towards where we started the day. So maybe we will start out moving higher after all in GE. We'll have to wait and see right there. But that's a pretty nice reversal day after dropping back down. After dropping down in the morning, we're flattening out here. We definitely could break out of this structure, and that would be pretty nice, especially if it was on heavier volume. That would be really nice. Get up here maybe towards 10, 9, 11, I guess towards this range. Then maybe tomorrow we can break out of this 11, 17 high that we put in overnight last night for GE. So that's it, guys. I'm not going to hold you much longer. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of earnings tonight and a lot of earnings tomorrow. This week is very earnings heavy. So this is going to be a week that may set the tone for the rest of the quarter, and then we'll kind of revisit when October comes around. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good day. If you did enjoy my ramblings, feel free to join us in the mornings. We do about an hour, sometimes a half hour if it's really boring. But, yeah, we'll be here tomorrow, and in the morning we should be, right? Yeah, I should be here in the mornings. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.